trying to think who the logical person is to go to first. I think let's see the flight deck. I think Ghost, you'll have come crashing back in from the battle where you will have been out defending against the other ships, fighters. There's kind of chaos reigning on board. Lots of Marines on the flight deck. Damaged ships. Still smoking from bombardment, and I guess that Lily will have been hastily sent over to help assist with Corporal Tahaku. Have I written that down right?
Yes, yeah.
I imagine probably Rose at this point has been on duty for quite a while, and you see like she's having like pretty significant bags under her eyes. I guess I guess she's kind of waiting for her shift to, or maybe they have even arrived, but you're still there, like I don't know, not wanting to go to bed, still a bit shook up of what just happened.
I've just yelled at Corporal Tahaku, to start getting those, doing triage on the plane, on the fighter craft, basically. And I get over to so is there any kind of physical after effects from jumping? That's a thing I'm curious about. Do we just jump and everyone's fine?
That's a good question. We didn't really define the nature. So is this these psychics that activate the technology somehow?
I mean, are they activating technology, or are they like doing some kind of crazy psychic shit where like they induce some kind of like mass thing where because we all believe we're somewhere else than we are?
Oh.
Like, is it actually technological, or is it like crazy like 40K warp shit?
I don't think anybody knows outside of a select number of people. So I reckon there's like, at the moment of jump, there's this kind of horrible roaring, tearing sound that seems to be heard in your bones and in your mind and in your ears all at the same time.
Yeah.
And a kind of disorienting wrench, and then you are somewhere else.
All right.
You don't know where you are, obviously, but there's maybe a moment of kind of clarity where you kind of feel aware of the stars around you, and then you are where you are.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So then I think that like my first job is like I point at Ghost, and I'm like, Vega, get over here.
I like just like shake my head and snap out of whatever coma I'm in, and like come over. Yes.
I think I want to call for aid is what I'm doing here. Just make sure I know. Sorry, I'm figuring out all this.
No, that's cool. What do you want to say? What you're trying to do in the fiction, and then maybe?
Oh yeah, actually, yeah. So like, I see that she's rattled. So like I wave her over, and I just like put a hand on her shoulder, and I say, "Look, I'm gonna need somebody that knows how to fly, and that's you. So you got to hold it together here for me." And like I point at, I see that shuttlecraft over there? I need you to go out and dock it with whoever can't make it in.
Well, I can do that in my sleep, so don't worry about that.
Yeah, just like keep at least one eye open while you're doing it. And I like laugh and like pat her on the shoulder and then turn away to go do other stuff.
Cool. I don't think you made a move there. Just
Okay.
but I will mention a couple of moves that you could have made. One is reach out. So if you share significant doubts or fears, hopes or dreams, failures or regrets, that these are moments where you can kind of make a personal connection with somebody. I didn't feel like you quite got there. It wasn't kind of.
Yeah, that's legit.
I'm really worried that the fleet's going to fall apart. Please help me. The other thing is you can call someone on their shit. So if Rose had been kind of failing to come around properly, you could kind of say, hey, snap out of it, stop, we need you.
Okay. And assuming that like someone comes up to me and says, so like I've kind of, I think we figured out that the replicators produce these things and they've been shut down. So I'm going to I gotta leave the corporal in charge, and I'm gonna go down into the bowels of the ship where the where like we've got the replicator systems, like whenever someone goes to the bathroom, it goes into the replicator systems, right? Because we're recycling everything and stuff like this. So this is going to be like a nasty, gross job. But, I'm going to get in there and, I'm probably literally like in my office, like putting on a hazmat suit, right? Because that's what you got to have when you work on it. And I'm going to go dive in there and I'm going to work an engineering job to try and see if I can't, make sure like run the diagnostics, make sure this thing is okay, and try and get it back on the line.
Okay. I'm trying to find the move. Here it is. So are you trying to rush this? Do you need to do this fast, do you think? Or
yeah. Like I need to do the I need to make sure it's okay so that I can get back on the flight deck, because this is like this is a thing that needs to get done. People have got to eat, and like in my mind, this is more important than getting like fighter crafts flying, because people are going to freak out when they go to get a cup of coffee and they get nothing.
So that's fine. Do you want to roll with Sharp?
I will roll with Sharp. Do we have a rolling room, or should I just grab a couple of dice that I have sitting around my office here? I can do either one.
I am happy for you to roll the dice physically.
Okay, cool. Let me just grab another 6 out of here. That is a 6 and a 1 is a 7, plus my Sharp of 1 is an 8. So it looks like for engineering job on a 7 and 9, you're gonna choose my fate there, Mr. Game Master.
Yeah, and I get to choose an extra option because you are trying to do it fast.
Yeah.
Now,
okay.
I'll just check whether you want to bump that up with pressure at all.
Oh, I can, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. I'll totally put 2 pressure into that to get me to that 10 that I want.
Okay, so I still get to choose the extra option because
because I'm rushing it, and I am rushing it.
Yeah. Okay. Just paint me a picture of what you actually do. Like you said, you have to get in a hazmat suit, and you mentioned people going to the bathroom and stuff. Which just sort of, don't paint me too vivid a picture.
No, and it's I mean it's not like I'm like swimming in a sewer or anything like that, but to make sure that all the inputs are working and stuff like this, there's valves and everything and all this kind of stuff. And I imagine, like, I see it as something that looks like there's like a deck of the ship that has a bunch of like sealed containers and stuff like that. I almost imagine that it looks a little bit like a brewery or something like that. We've got like some big sealed, like, vacuum sealed containers and stuff like this, and it goes in, and the matter gets combined, and then it and there's got to be like like conduits and stuff that go through the ship that bring this. So I imagine, like, the important part, it seems to me the important part of this process that's not like computer programming stuff is making sure that everything is going where it's supposed to go, and that whatever process we use to, sterilize it or render it into something that can be used in these actual, like actually spit out by these matter replicators. is, you know, that's like an actual physical process. You know, like we can reconfigure this stuff, but we can't create it or destroy it, right? That's thermodynamics 101. So I'm making sure everything's going. I'm basically making sure that they didn't put something into it to get this, that like I have other people, there's other people working on the programming end of it, but I'm just making sure that there wasn't like some kind of like biological agent introduced into it, or, you know, like something as stupid as like I look at a pipe and there's like something attached to the side of it, right, that they put there that injected it into it. So this is basically a big, inspect it, flush it, get it going again.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so that's fine. So the bottom line is there isn't any kind of physical agent in there. You get all of that done, and it's pretty clear that you're just flushing away the usual stuff that you'd expect to be in there. You can irradiate it or whatever you need to do to make it safe, but you are 95% sure that there wasn't anything to irradiate in the first place. Well, except for some trace quantities of something that were left on the extruders. You know, you can take some samples of that if you want. So you can get it working, no problem. But if you want to be sure that somebody asking for coffee doesn't get it with extra mushrooms in, then you are going to need to put in some kind of a fail-safe. Like at the moment, you can't trust the system to do what you want it to. So you could put in some sort of a fail-safe, and it'll slow the system down. It'll mean people are going to be queuing for their coffee or whatever it is they want, because the system's just kind of going, let me just check that that's not some kind of alien warrior I'm printing out. Nope, it's fine. Just slow everything down.
Yeah, I can live with that line. You know, people can wait in line. They'll live as long as like it's if it's that or no coffee, they'll wait in line.
Okay. So you will need to get some thrusting young engineer. Perhaps Corporal Ishihara is actually a dab hand at programming, to just write a quick kind of secondary pattern recognition circuit to do that.
Cool. So having done all that, then I will head back up to the flight deck to find her to get one of her eggheads to work on it.